Words written in an unknown language. He slides toward the box through the fuzz of dust, opens the lid, and sees that, although it is nearly empty, down at its bottom rests a small stack of old newspapers. He reaches in and lifts the topmost newspaper and squints at the banner of the headline. Though he is not yet in the first grade, the boy can read, and the headline contains a half-familiar name. Janine Thielman found in lake. One of their neighbors is named Thielman, but the first name, Janine, is as mysterious as found in lake. The next newspaper in the stack also has a banner headline, Local Man Charged with Thielman Murder. The next paper down, the last, announces Mystery Resolved in Tragedy. Of these 4 words, the boy understands only in. The boy unfolds this issue of the paper and spreads it out before him. He sees the word shadow, the words wife, children. None of the people in the photographs are people he knows. Then he spreads out all the newspapers and sees a picture of a woman who looks something like his mother. She would like to see this picture, he thinks. He could give her the present of these interesting old newspapers he found beneath the workbench. He clumsily gathers up the newspapers in his arms and walks out from beneath the bench and through the furniture. A section of pages slips away and splashes onto the floor, but he does not stoop to pick it up. The boy climbs the basement stairs into the warmer upper air, comes out into the kitchen, and walks through it to the hallway. His mother stands in her blue nightgown, looking at him. Her hair is wild and her eyes are somewhere else, like eyes that have rolled all the way over in her head and only seem to look out. "Did you hear me?" He shakes his head. "You didn't hear your name." He comes toward her saying, "I was in the basement. Look at what I found. For you." She floats toward him in her blue nightgown and wild hair. "You don't have to hide from me." His mother snatches away his present, already not a present but a terrible mistake, and more pages slither onto the floor. She holds up one of the sections of the newspaper. The boy sees her face go into itself the way her eyes had gone into themselves, as if she has been struck by some invisible but present demon, and she wobbles away toward the kitchen, the newspaper dripping from her hands. A laugh that is not a laugh but an inside-out scream flies out of her mouth. She lands in a chair and puts her face in her hands. Part 1. The Death of Tom Pasmore. 1. One June day in the mid-50s, Tom Pasmore, a 10-year-old boy with skin as golden as if he had been born with a good 4th-day suntan, jumped down from a milk cart and found himself in a part of Milwaukee he had never seen before. A sense of urgency, of impendingness, had awakened him with the screams that came from his mother's bedroom and clung to him during the whole anxious, jittery day. And when he waved his thanks to the driver, this feeling intensified like a bright light directed into his eyes. He thought of hopping back on the milk cart, but it was already jingling away down Calle Burleigh. Tom squinted into the bright, dusty haze through which passed a steady double stream of bicycles, horse carts, and automobiles. It was late afternoon, and the light had a molten, faintly reddish cast that suddenly reminded him of panels from comic books, fires and explosions, and men falling through the air. In the next moment, this busy scene seemed to suppress beneath it another, more essential scene, every particle of which overflowed with an intense, unbearable beauty. It was as if great engines had kicked into life beneath the surface of what he could see. For a moment, Tom could not move. Nature itself seemed to have awakened, overflowing with being. Tom stood transfixed in the heavy, slanting reddish light and the dust rising from the roadway. He was used to the quieter, narrower streets of the island's far east end, and his glimpse of a mysterious glory might have been no more than a